All right, today we're coming at you from Puerto Rico, and I am going to show you a really cool new e-commerce trend that's making a lot of people a whole lot of money. And it's not so much about it being a trend as it is a market shift, because trends are temporary, market shifts stay a whole lot longer. Look at his view. Now, just so you know I'm credible, you're not listening to some Yahoo, let's open up the Amazon Seller Central app here. So far this month, it's the last day, 185,000 in sales. And then if you look over at Shopify, the last 90 days, we're obviously on a very, very steep uptrend. And then over on TikTok, same deal, really starting to pop off and do a few $1,000s a day. So this new brand that I launched is actually in the supplement space. And this month it did a little over $400,000 in sales, which is awesome, right? So it just shows the trajectory is insane, because when you capitalize on a market trend, an entire movement and a shift, you're able to see some pretty big things. So like if we go over right here to KaloData, which is one of the research tools we use for TikTok Shop, you can see all the top products. And I love looking through here because it changes all the time. Sometimes it's a book, sometimes it's a beauty product. But if you look, what are these trends, right? Okay, instant tea powder, some sort of supplement type product. Beauty, supplement, 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 beauty, supplement, beauty. Think supplement, beauty. You see a theme here. What's the top ones, right? It's always supplements, it's always a little bit of beauty, but supplements are the biggest thing. And when I'm looking at trends, there's a lot of things I'm looking at, okay? I can look at Google Trends, organic supplements last 5 years, slowly on an uptrend. Multivitamins, slowly on an uptrend. Puffy face, de-bloating, all these keywords, slowly on uptrends. Gummy supplement, yerba tea, I think it's more of a brand, but blowing up. You can look at Google Trends and see all these specific keywords in their search volume. The cool thing is, and this is if you want to build a multi-million-dollar business or more, you got to take advantage of this. There's a huge cultural market shift happening right now. For the first time ever, all these alcohol companies are hurting because alcohol sales are down huge. Why? There's a very large cultural shift where a lot of people are opting not to drink. But for what purpose? It's not to look cool, it's to be healthy. So if I was to be looking to create something, what would I be doing? Just a couple thoughts I threw down. Natural products, healthy stuff. There's a lot more attention being placed on this, and people are listening. Those videos are finally going viral. Look who's in charge of this freaking country and the people they're putting in place for health. Pharmaceuticals might not be able to be advertised on TV. Let's get all the crap out of kids' lunches at school. Common sense stuff, right? But leaning more towards health. So it's naturally in the news. It's in the headlines. There's more attention on it. We like that. Random crap, I think it's like fermented broccoli extract, or like broccoli, I don't know, there's a strong part of the broccoli that's like all the nutrient value. There's pills for that now, and it's like all these random things you've never heard of, but you talk about the benefits and boom, suddenly you have a viral product on TikTok that's making you 100 grand a month with no marketing dollars. It's crazy. So here's what I look at to validate a new product idea, because if I was gonna start something, and by the way, we launch new products all the time. Here's one of them that's going mega crazy right now, making a ton of money. I'd be looking at comparisons on TikTok and Amazon in the natural/organic product space. Okay, so I would want something that's matching with all of these trends. Not only am I seeing this on Google, I don't really use Google Trend Search a whole bunch, but I'm seeing that as the common theme over here on data-driven platforms like KaloData. I'm seeing exactly what's working, and all of these are health related with ingredients that never used to be main and like fronted and like really put up in front of people. You know, so there's a whole lot of stuff here that you can look at and see. So I'd be looking for something in that space. And then I would go look at what exists on Amazon, and then I want to see it on TikTok. Let's just say I want to do a magnesium thing. That has been done before. Now that doesn't mean I can't do it, but here's what I would do. I'm going to go over and search up magnesium on Amazon. Now there's going to be all sorts of stuff. All I did here was I searched up the broad keyword for the type of product. What you would really need to do is look up magnesium gummy, magnesium pill, magnesium capsules. You've got all sorts of stuff you can look up, and then you can jump into more specifics. Magnesium glycinate, citrate, L3, I've never heard of that one, right? All the stuff that's just blowing up, that's gonna give you a different search result most of the time. And now I can look at specific things that might not be super popular. Because let's say I wanna sell something that's, let's just say magnesium threonate, okay? That's clearly a big thing here. They've sold over 100,000 of these, 40,000 in the past month. This is huge, okay? Good news, they're a bit higher on the price point. For a main supplement listing on Amazon, normally those are in the teens. They've usually dropped their price a lot. This one has not. So step one is going to be looking on Amazon. How many big boys are competing on this, and what is my angle? You don't want to have the same exact thing. I either need an ingredient that they don't have that has a benefit, or I need something in here that they, like removing something that they do have. There's a lot of companies that are blowing up. I'll show you another one right now, Boulder Canyon. It's actually a chip company. It's the only chips that I eat, but they're going stupid viral right now, and they're in retail, but they're really blowing up, and others like them for one simple reason. They're saying, oh, we're the only chip company that has 3 ingredients. That's simple. It's comprehensible. People can understand it. It makes sense. It's simple wins, right? So all they have in their ingredients, literally, is, and we'll show you this over here, potatoes, avocado oil, and sea salt. That's all they got, right? So it's healthy. There's no vegetable oil, which by the way, most chips do. Don't be eating no Fritos, no Doritos, no Cheez-Its. That's all crap. So why do you think they're doing really well? 20,000 bought in the last month. It's because it's simple and it's following this trend of people wanting to be healthy and actually having the information to do it. So now your marketing content actually becomes an educational spokespiece for being healthy, which even if someone doesn't buy your product, you can at least rest well at night knowing that you're helping people and you're doing good stuff, right? And then we can capitalize on that, not just to make a pretty penny, but to build a brand and a product that people really like. And I don't care if you're gonna try to white label something to prove the concept, you can easily do that. You can go build a magnesium supplement thing, you can do all that stuff, you can build a chip company, I'm not gonna white label that. But manufacturing takes time, takes money, right? But you're building a product that's actually quality. Oh, and by the way, guys, I build brands like this for fun, and sometimes some of them blow up and become really big, and eventually you can sell them. If you're looking to build a US-based supplement brand, manufactured here, everything done right, and you have at least 25 grand in capital, click the link down below. There's gonna be some link in a video there. We work with a couple people, help them build brands, a little coaching program, school groups, some stuff you can find down below. We do help people do this stuff because it gets very complicated very fast. All right, so let's look up this magnesium 3-in-8, the word I don't even believe exists. Okay, we got EcoVision number 1 on there that popped up. My boy M, that's what's up. Let's take a look on here, okay? I am actually looking for this same exact one that we saw on Amazon, and I'm not seeing it up at the top, which is interesting because a lot of people use TikTok, and this is what we do. This is the hack. Get your product going on TikTok for free, and then blow it up on Amazon with that traffic, right? It really helps boost Amazon. So we'll go back up to the top here. $12.99, very cheap, okay? They've only sold 1,100, we're not gonna look at that. We'll take a look at this on here. Echo, you got Mag-Team, Magnesium, L3-in-8. Cool, 120 capsules, 30 servings. Okay, wow, so you're taking 4 capsules a day, that's a lot. Look at that price point though, 70 bucks. They probably got some really high quality ingredients. Here's another one, this is not the same brand, but it's very similar. And they're selling for 31 bucks, they only have 720 sold. So look, here's one of the things I'm doing when I'm comparing, because I don't necessarily care if there's other products that exist in the market if I wanna come in, but ideally I'm different in some way, and ideally there's not more than a few big listings. As I scroll through here, the only one listing I saw that was actually making sales, the second biggest one right here, which has the most boring looking label, has 1,100 units sold. We know that capsules work, people like it, there's not a lot of pushback against that. You're gonna have good reviews. Look, they have 4.8 star rating and 4.6 on the big listing here. The reason you're gonna have that is because it's not like a gummy where it can be inconsistent or someone doesn't like the taste or the texture, or it discolors their tongue, it sticks to their teeth. There's all these potential negatives that will hurt your reviews. You're always gonna have higher reviews to the capsule. So that's super awesome. So I see an opportunity because the concept is proven over here. We know this, right? We can see all the different listings for it over here. You've got a lot of these boys. You've got gummies for it. You've got huge, huge listings for magnesium that are doing really well. So we know the concept's proven, it's just not really taken advantage of on TikTok. So you could use that to kind of get your foot in the door and determine, is this the perfect product for me to start with? Because eventually you could launch a whole sequence of products. We're launching a lot of products now. You got to start with the one. You got to kickstart it with the one. What's the best one that you can sneak your way in and do that, okay? Because at the end of the day, there is a shift happening towards natural products, organic and healthy stuff, and that is a multi-billion dollar shift. Tens of billions, at least. There's massive companies being built off of this. People want simple stuff that's healthy. They know what's in it. They want to feel educated at the very least and feel healthy. You can row upstream and make some sales, but wouldn't you rather go with the current? Go with where the market's going and with where consumers are going. It's just going to be easier. That's how we're blowing up products. We're doing that with other people. We're helping them scale their brands. If you want more help, if you want information on that, check out the links down below. We've been doing e-commerce for a long, long time, tens and tens of millions of dollars in sales. This is nothing new, but the market shift and taking advantage of that with supplements is. And in the last few months, I have built an e-commerce brand in the supplement space, made in the US, to over $400,000 a month. We have $50,000 a month worth of monthly recurring subscriptions. This is a business that's very sellable, and I started this up with tens of thousands of dollars. Not hundreds, not even 40 grand, right? Some information down below. If you have any questions, let me know. I love this stuff. This is all I do all day. So if you have any questions about supplements, the direction I think things are heading, or anything e-commerce related, hit me and I will make some more videos. Deuces.